Welcome to Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan online classes. We are doing class 12, chapter 2, sexual reproduction in flowering plant. This is the fourth session. Here we will discuss about outbreeding device and pollen pistil interaction. You have already completed 3 sessions and now we are going to talk about the next session, that is outbreeding device and pollen pistil interaction. At the end of the session, we will be able to understand and differentiate between inbreeding and outbreeding, write the merits and demerits of inbreeding, write the merits and demerits of outbreeding, describe the outbreeding devices and mechanism, develop memory concept of mechanism of pollen pistil interaction. You are already aware of the anatomy of the flower, various terms associated with description of typical flower, terms associated with modification of androecium, about gynoecium. You also know about pollination. See, this is a flower. It looks so beautiful. We know that the flower is the reproductive part. Androecium, gynoecium, both are present. So there can be transfer of pollen grain between them. But does it always happen? Or does the plant actually desire it? Can they prevent it? In case self-pollination will take place, then what will happen? There are a lot of questions. Let us solve them. Let us first talk about the basic difference between inbreeding and outbreeding. Inbreeding refers to the breeding of closely related individual over many generations, whereas outbreeding refers to the breeding of distinctly related individual of the same species, subspecies, or variety of the same genus. We need to understand what are the advantage and disadvantage of inbreeding. The advantage is that it increases homozygosity, so is used for developing pure lines, which is advantageous for the plant breeders. But it has some disadvantage too. What is the disadvantage? That it causes inbreeding depression, in which there is a decline in survival, reproduction, and yield. It is also called loss of hybrid vigor. Inbreeding increases homozygosity. How can the same character be advantage and disadvantage too? When you talk about homozygosity, you have to understand from genetics point of view that the genes in the allele, either they can be both dominant or they can be both recessive. Both the conditions are called as homozygous. Please understand that in plants, many of the desirable characters are controlled by dominant genes, and recessive genes are not always very favored. The expression of recessive gene is not very favored. Many recessive traits in homozygous condition express which may not be desirable for agronomists and plant breeders. Let us talk about the advantage and disadvantage of outbreeding. The advantage is that it produces hybrid with desirable characters. It removes inbreeding depression just by one single outcross. It increases heterozygosity and all the dominant gene express and harmful recessive genes cannot express. What are the disadvantages? It does have some disadvantage, but less than what inbreeding has. It causes outbreeding depression. There is decline in reproductive fitness of the hybrids. The hybrids are not very suitable for cross-breeding experiment by plant breeders. Majority of the flowering plant produce hermaphrodite flowers. Androecium, gynoecium both are present, and pollen grains are likely to come in contact with the stigma of the same flower. Continuous self-pollination results in inbreeding depression. This is a problem. So flowering plants have developed many devices to discourage self-pollination and to encourage cross-pollination called outbreeding device. Here there is a list of different outbreeding devices seen in different plants. Unisexual flower, non-synchronization, call it dichogamy, self-incompatibility, hercogamy, self-sterility, or heterostyly. Let us discuss all of them one by one. Unisexual flower. Please understand that the plant bears both either male or female flowers. It can happen. Generally, a flower is hermaphrodite, but it can be a pistillate flower or it can be a staminate flower. A female plant carries pistillate flower, a male plant carries staminate flower. In papaya, you might have seen that a plant bears only the flowers, no papaya. The other plant, a lot of papayas that it is a female plant. Okay, so this phenomena is called as dioicism, and it prevents both autogamy and gatonogamy. Gatonogamy is also similar to autogamy because there is no genetic variation. The plant remains same, if you can recall. If both male and female flowers are present in the same plant, such as castor and maize, monoecious, it prevents autogamy but not gatonogamy. In the same plant, both male and female flowers can be there. But in papaya, in case of date palm, the flowers are borne by two different plants. So, this is a condition in which both autogamy and gatonogamy can be prevented. So, the second point is non-synchronization or dichogamy. What happens? The flower bears androecium and gynoecium. Both produce their respective gamete and cell pollination can take place. How to prevent? The mechanism is the time of maturation of the gamete. This is non-synchronization. In case they don't mature at the same time. So two different concepts you can think of, protandry and protogyny. In case of protandry, the androecium mature earlier than the gynoecium, like in case of maize. Protogyny, in this time the gynoecium mature earlier than the androecium. So naturally they cannot go for inbreeding. So outbreeding has to happen. There is a concept called as self-incompatibility. Incompatibility within a flower. That includes self-sterility, structural barrier. Self-sterility means even though the pollination take place, means transfer of pollen grain has happened, it cannot proceed to fertilization due to further pollen growth failure. There are more or less genetic mechanism that prevents self-pollination. The next term is hercogamy. This is a name given to a condition when there is a natural physical barrier that prevents the pollen of the same flower from entering the ovary. Different relative position of the stigma and anther prevent autogamy. This is a very interesting phenomena that is seen in many of the plants. Heterostyly. In some of the plants like oxalis, the stigma and the anther are placed at different levels. This prevents the pollen from reaching the stigma and pollinating it. This is a condition of having unequal styles. You can see in the diagram, the gynoecium is tall, the style is longer, and the other one, the style is smaller. Difference in the style is heterostyly. What is self-sterility? In this condition, there is a gene that recognizes the similar gene and does not allow the pollen grain to germinate. This is due to the self-sterile gene present in the ovule and the grain. So by following all these outbreeding devices, a plant can prevent inbreeding and can support outbreeding, because inbreeding continuously lead to homozygosity, at the same time inbreeding depression. So plants have evolved mechanism how inbreeding to be prevented and how outbreeding can be done. Techniques are outbreeding device. Dear friends, let us move to the second part, pollen-pistil interaction. It is a wonderful relationship between the pollen and the pistil, and what are the sequences of event? This is what we are going to discuss. All pollinations do not lead to successful fertilization, because for successful fertilization, the pistil of a flower has to recognize the pollen of the same species. Once compatible pollen is accepted by the pistil, event of fertilization will proceed, whereas incompatible pollens are rejected. This interaction where the pistil is capable of recognizing its pollen and result in long-term pollen-pistil interaction and chemicals released by the pollen. This entire mechanism is called pollen-pistil interaction. Let us understand it. How to define it? The pollen-pistil interaction is a dynamic process of pollen recognition followed by promotion or inhibition of the pollen. Chemical composition of the pollen interact with those of the pistil. And here I am showing you a flow diagram. This flow diagram is the sequence of event in case the pollen is compatible. In case it's compatible, the pistil will accept the pollen. There is formation of pollen tube. The pollen tube reaches the ovary. The pollen grains move into the pollen tube, that is the nucleus, first and second. The pollen tube enters through the micropyle. The pollen tube enters the synergy with the help of Philippon apparatus, and fertilization will take place. This sequence of event is pollen-pistil interaction in case of compatible flowers. But what if compatibility is not there? If pollen and pistil are incompatible with each other, the following events will take place. The pistil will reject the pollen. Pollen tube formation will be prevented. Fertilization will be prevented. Here we are seeing some diagram. The first diagram is showing the pollen grain germinating on the stigma. In class 12, one practical is there where you have to prepare temporary amount of slide to show germination of pollen in the stigma. And here the second B diagram, you can see a bunch of pollen tubes growing through the style. And the third one, it is the LS of pistil showing the path of the pollen tube growth. So pollens fall on the top of the stigma, pollen tube germination has taken place, the pollen tube reaches through the micropylar and enters through the synergy with the help of Philippon apparatus, the gametes are released and fertilization will take place. Let us see another set of diagram. Here this diagram is a enlarged view of an egg apparatus showing entry of pollen tube into the synergid. You can see this lower part is the synergid and these are the Philippon apparatus of the synergids. So it is helping in entry of the pollen tube, and later on what happens? The pollen tube ruptures, releasing the male gametes. The first male gamete fuses with the egg and the second one fuses with the pollen nuclei. So two-time fertilization will take place. Technically you call it double fertilization. Let us recapitulate today's session. So what is the difference between inbreeding and outbreeding? Inbreeding refers to breeding of closely related individual over many generations. Outbreeding refers to the breeding of distantly related individual of the same species, subspecies or varieties of the same genus. Understanding the merit and demerit of inbreeding. Inbreeding increases heterozygosity and so is used for developing pure lines, but it causes inbreeding depression and increased homozygosity. This homozygosity may not be a favorable character, as you can recall. What are the merits and demerits of outbreeding? It produces hybrid with desirable characters. It removes inbreeding depression and increases heterozygosity. It also causes outbreeding depression. What are the different mechanisms of outbreeding device? There are 6 different techniques we have discussed: non-synchronization, dichogamy, that is separate male and female plants, self-incompatibility, hercogamy, self-sterility, and heterostyly. Heterostyly means the length of the style is variable. What are the mechanisms of pollen-pistil interaction? You have to understand it is a dynamic process of pollen recognition followed by promotion or inhibition of the pollen. Chemical component of the pollen interact with that of the pistil. After completion of the session, few questions for you. I'll read out the question for you. I want you to attempt them now. Continuous inbreeding leads to phenomena called, in which there is loss of hybrid vigor. You have to give the name. I hope you can get the name. Continuous inbreeding increases heterozygosity, whether it's true or false. A single outcross can remove inbreeding depression, true or false. In some plants like oxalis, the stigma and anthers are placed at different levels. It prevents self-pollination. Name the type of outbreeding device. Self-pollination takes place in the stigma and anther mature at different time in a flower. You have to name the process. Pollen tube enters a synergate through, you have to name the structure. The pollen tube enters the ovule at what end? You have to mention that. And these are the answer. In case you have attempted, you can compare your answers. And this is a series of questions for you to attempt back at home. What is inbreeding? What are merits and demerits? What is outbreeding? What are the merits and demerits? What do you mean by outbreeding device? What are the different type of outbreeding device that prevent autogamy? Mention the stepwise process involved in pollen crystal interaction when the pollen are compatible. And dear friends, I have given a series of different weblinks. You go through them. Some videos have been uploaded, are there video links, you just go through it. Your concept about the topic will become very clear. With that, we complete today's session. So in the next session when we meet, we'll talk about artificial hybridization and double fertilization. Thank you. This is a presentation on behalf of